Listen, when it comes to Jurassic Park movies, we all know what to expect. If you've seen one, you might as well have seen all 7 of them. The mix of awe and fear when you first see dinosaurs living their lives. The inevitable conversation questioning whether or not it was a good idea to revive ancient apex predators. And of course, the cast of characters that we need to have the story happen, but at the end of the day, none of us really care about. These films have become more like your favorite theme park ride. You get on, you know every loop, twist, and turn by heart. You enjoy yourself, then you're done. In Jurassic World Rebirth though, the ride decides to take on one of the most common attitudes that we all have. Rise up, GG Nation, because it's time for Guidance Guide Friday, your digital guidance lesson from your internet school counselor. And come join me as I show that Rebirth wants to turn you from a cynic into a true believer. Let's go! It's guidance time.
I can guarantee your safety. I mean, more or less. More or less?
Look, I know every YouTuber says to like, comment, and subscribe. And guess what? I'ma join that chorus, help your guidance guy out. And this is why. A whole trio of you let me know in the Squid Game video that I should take on Jurassic Park. And I'll be real, I haven't gone back to JP since the first Jurassic World. Though because of you and the GG Nation, we have the chance to look at a movie that challenges one of the most common mindsets of our age. So if you have a movie that you want to see turned into a GGF down the line, well, comment sections below, you know what to do. Because whether we're talking about the real world or the digital realm that we often go to escape reality, both are oozing with a sense of distrust for others, the belief that everyone with a message is grifting in one way or another, and that good things just don't happen. And there's actually a name for this attitude: cynicism. Someone who is cynical tends to not believe that people can't genuinely care about others without them getting something out of it first. Everyone's got an angle, nobody really cares about anybody, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and you gotta look out for number one. That's the general vibe of a cynic, and we get that same mindset in Rebirth. To use a Pokemon example, the people of this world have gone from seeing dinosaurs being as rare as seeing a legendary Pokemon to becoming as basic as a Pidgey or a Rattata. The turnaround is so serious that dinos stopping traffic is a normal thing that can happen while driving around town. As a result, folk aren't that interested in giant lizards anymore. There's no reason to go spend your money to go to Dino SeaWorld when you can see pterodactyls migrating for the winter. Now for us, this sounds insane. How do you get tired of seeing living, breathing dinosaurs in real life? That's cynicism at work. For some, it looks like a kind of boredom. They don't believe that good things can happen because to them, all the good things have already happened and they're over it. Going back to Jurassic World, the dino fatigue is so strong that museum exhibits that showcase the bones of these wild creatures, you know, like the ones we have in our world, are closing down because people aren't going to them. And it makes sense, right? If folk are done with the real thing, why would they want to go see the dry, dusty remains? Now let's look at your situation. How can you tell if you're being cynical about the world around you? I'm gonna make it simple and boil it down to 2 questions. 1, do you trust people most of the time? And 2, do you expect good or bad things to happen to you? If you trust people most of the time and expect good things, you're definitely not a cynical person. If you have a combination of trusting people and expecting the bad, or expecting good but having trust issues, then that's something to take a note of and worth thinking about with someone you trust to figure out what's going on there. Now those of you who say that you don't trust nobody and expect the worst, keep watching because this is for you. And I got just the person to get you out of your cynical funk. And it's the guy for Wicked?
Nobody cares about these animals anymore. They deserve better.
You know, I was gonna do a whole intro for this character, and then it hit me. You don't care about the humans in a Jurassic Park movie? Come on now, we all know this. On one hand, we need to have people in a Jurassic Park movie because blah blah blah, human connection, yada yada. Listen, we need people faces in the film so that we can have a reaction where the dinos go nom nom on them. And also, without them, this would just be the land before time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go on the internet and educate yourself.
Educate yourself!
There's the ones you want to see survive, the ones you want to see get wrecked by raptors, and there's the ones that will always survive no matter what crazy junk they do. And pro tip, it's always the kid. Ain't no way is a child gonna be a T-Rex dinner in a Jurassic Park movie. When talking about the human in JP movies, we either call them by their real names or the character they played in another movie. So I'm gonna just call this guy the nerd from here on out. So here we have this nerd, the scientist that every Jurassic movie needs. And he's very much not like the other characters. He's no super assassin like Black Widow, nor a certified cool guy like the Prowler, or even an uber rich guy like the obvious villain of this movie. All these people need to go to Dinosaur Island to get 3 samples from 3 different dinos. And if this sounds like something out of a video game, That's because it is. Jurassic World Rebirth is essentially Fetch Quest the movie. And on this team, the nerd has one quality that makes him not only possibly the most important member on his team, he also holds the secret to beating cynicism. And his first trait is his passion. Quick, what do you think the science guy is passionate about? I'll give you a guess, and I bet it's dinosaurs. He's like that kid in your class that knows every single fact about these animals like his life depends on it. And he grew up. Whenever you see this guy on screen, you know he's about to bring up them reptiles. He does everything in his power to ensure that the team doesn't try to off the dinos, even as they try to kill him. His knowledge of every single dinosaur not only makes him a living Pokedex for dinos, it's that very knowledge that keeps the team from making really dumb choices that would end them. The nerd's passion also gives him energy. Whenever this man talks about his favorite animal, you can see him beaming. No matter how much time he spends with either their bones or the real thing, he never gets bored with them. Second is his trust in other people. So in Rebirth, the movie tries really hard to ship our dino nerd with Black Widow, which really isn't that odd. Scarlett Johansson falling for the nerdy scientist is kind of her thing in movies. And even though Black Widow is someone who murks other people for money, the nerd puts a lot of trust in her. He believes that she won't kill the dinosaurs. And when given the chance to either make millions in selling the dino juice they're risking their lives for to be turned into an overpriced medicine, or giving it away so it can be free for all, our science whiz believes that she will make the right choice for humanity. People who believe in the best in life will in turn believe in the best of people. They don't believe that everyone's perfect or that some people are just, evil. I mean, even the nerd knew that the obvious bad guy was the obvious bad guy. They aren't naive. They just don't cast judgment on people and assume that they're a certain way. They wait for people to reveal themselves and move accordingly. Or as the legendary poet Maya Angelou put it, when someone tells you who they are, believe them. And lastly, this nerd brings a level of hope that no one else in this movie has. In a world where people just don't care about dinosaurs no more, the nerd not only still very much cares about them, he sees the potential of what we can learn from them and how they can add to the world around us that seems to not really care about them. It is these three traits, passion, trust, and hope, that not only make him the heart and soul of Jurassic World Rebirth, they can also be the key to transforming you from a cynic to a true believer in the goodness of life, others, and yourself.
The average cost of a created species is $72 million. What would you do? Kill it and have to tell your bank, or just carry it forward under R&D?
What would I do with mutant dinosaurs from an accounting perspective? Is that really the question?
It's time to make this personal. If you're honest with yourself and you believe that you're stuck in the trap of cynicism, there are ways that you could climb out of it and find a new approach to life. And they all come from the MVP of Rebirth. First tip, find your passion. What is something that you truly enjoy? Not just like, I'm talking about something that keeps you up at night. Something that you could talk about for hours. Something that you know everything about. If you have that thing in mind, share that passion with others. Talk to other people who have the same interest in you, either online or IRL. Safely, of course. And build community with those who love what you love. And if you can't think of that thing, there's a chance you just may need some help figuring out what your thing is. Find a friend or family member and ask them what you enjoy. If you truly can't come up with an answer, they'll have some suggestions. Next, remember the people you trust. I'm not saying that everyone is trustworthy, because that's just not real life. What I'm saying is that cynical people tend to see nothing but the negative in people, while conveniently forgetting the good in others. Think about the people who care about you, want what's best for you. And whenever you get tempted to think about the negative Nancys and Debbie Downers, stop that thought and replace it with the person you're thinking about right now. This part is tough and you will need to do it over and over again before it really sticks. Don't stop though, because the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And lastly, give yourself hope. At the core, a lot of cynics don't really believe that they can change their situation, whatever it is. However, what if you started small? Like instead of trying to get straight A's on everything, try to shoot for a grade letter higher than what you have right now in one subject. Instead of trying to outsell everybody in the fundraiser, shoot for beating your record from last year. Life can be disappointing and you won't win at everything or get everything you want. That doesn't mean you can't win some of the time. And getting even some of the things that you want will require doing things one step at a time. Was Jurassic World Rebirth an unnecessary sequel?
Yeah.
Is the franchise a movie away from just turning into the Godzilla movies?
Yeah.
Even still, that doesn't mean we can't see the good in it. And if we can see the good in a movie, surely you can see the many, many good things about the world, about people, and most importantly, you. Of course, Jurassic World isn't the only movie to talk about the cynicism of our age. In fact, one of the biggest movies of this year tackled this exact issue with perhaps the greatest superhero of all time. Want to know more? Come check out this video to see how the Superman movie looks cynicism in the face and utterly clowns it. See you there! Guidance Guy out.